So, here I am, Act 3. The only problem is I started by accident.
Let's continue our chat here.
Running around
Okay,
for
so do you
quests
have any
and
ideas on how we can
commissions.
investigate the sages, Nate? Actually, I've already done a little bit of work on that. But for now, I want to hear
We're
your
gonna
thoughts.
investigate now. Well, we could grab someone close, or
We're in the dark as of now. Since we still
something
don't know
else.
anything about their goals, any rash move could tip them off and lead to terrible consequences. After all, every person in Sumeru City is one of their hostages.
Well then.
I've already tried that, but all the key members of the Academia, even the core of 30 guards, intentionally avoid wearing their Akasha terminal. It seems that from the very beginning, they've been guarding against info leaks from the Akasha. Of course, it could also be because they're wary of me.
How are we gonna find someone
I'm guessing not yet.
to interrogate?
But distrusting me would make perfect sense if they've ever paid attention to the urban legends about me. In any case, I probably can't take over their minds directly.
You can't?
No way, that's too risky. You mean it'd be too easy to get
Really?
caught? No, it's not that. We shouldn't involve innocent students in this. A single mistake could completely ruin their lives. Doing that would be ignoring the safety of my people for my own selfish goals. How is that any different from what the sages are doing? That's a good point. Spoken like the god of Sumeru.
I can't think of anything else then.
Are we really out of ideas? Nahida,
I
you're
am
super
out of
smart,
ideas.
So you already have something in mind, right? Don't keep us in suspense. Spill the beans already. According to a popular theory from the Vahumana Darshan of the Academia, rejecting impractical motions at the beginning of a planning session will give more weight to the actual proposal.
Huh?
Okay,
What
okay.
now?
But aren't you the god of wisdom? You don't have to use that kind of gimmick to make us take your ideas seriously.
Yeah. Stop using these gimmicks.
I've been thinking that if I can't directly possess the leaders, and if I can't get ordinary people involved,
Then use someone else,
then I
like
should
me.
find someone who's already involved, but hasn't decided to side with the sages.
Oh,
You're
okay.
saying we should recruit a
It's not
spy?
me.
That does sound like it could work. Oh, before coming back, we met someone named Alhaitham. He seems like he acts alone.
Yeah,
and he
do
likes
you know
doing
him?
stuff behind the Academia's back. Actually, I already have someone in mind. Do you still
never
remember
mind.
that female scholar named Sataria? Sataria.
Does
Paimon
she...
remembers now. Isn't she the one who's
Oh,
always
that
trailing
one.
behind the Grand Sage
thought
of the
someone
Academia?
else.
We ran into her basically every time the Sub-Zero's festival repeated itself. You could even say we're old enemies by now.
Oh,
Paimon
kinda.
still remembers the smug and mean way she always spoke to Nilu. I've always liked observing all kinds of people, and Sataria has always stood out from the crowd. She was born in the desert and was hailed as their greatest genius. Her academic
Greatest
gifts allowed her
genius?
special admission into the Academia, and also gave her the opportunity to serve as the sage's assistant.
So normally
Paimon
those
didn't
from
know
the
she was
desert
from the desert.
aren't allowed
She must be
inside
pretty
England.
special then. Paimon feels like most of the desert dwellers around the city are working as mercenaries.
Yes,
The
just
name
as I said.
Sataria means star. When she lived in the
Star?
desert, she shone like the brightest star in the night sky. Later on, she was chosen by the sun. The star was given
Chosen
a
by the
place in the
sun?
daytime
What?
sky to complement the
The
sun's
sage, you mean?
dazzling light. Soon after, the star witnessed the sun scorching the earth, which brought forth many disasters. The star began to waver. Instead of staying beside such a sun, wouldn't it be better to return and light up part of the night sky? But in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with
Yeah,
her
that's a
shame,
nice
the
story.
star buried her guilt and closed her eyes.
This is no
From the
longer
sound
just a
of it,
metaphor.
Sataria's just hung up on the research opportunities here. But she doesn't really support the Academia. She still feels guilty about not doing more for the desert, right? She's
Maybe.
just running away from her problems. Indeed.
If she is like the
When they are
Eremites.
presented with complex moral issues, she's suppressing a lot of guilt.
Press
But
that by
before she
accident.
realized it, she had already become the
Sounds
sage's
exactly
accomplice.
like the person we need.
She can't deny her part in their schemes anymore. Right. We must somehow make her face her problems again.
But how?
That way, not only can we get useful intel
Drop
from
those
her,
problems
but
onto
she can
her?
also use it as an opportunity to redeem herself. From my past observations, Sataria will take a day off from the academia every 10 days to do some shopping in the city.
Really? How do you know that?
Tomorrow afternoon just happens to be a shopping day for her. That'll
Have
be
you
our
been
chance
watching her?
to prepare. Let's go check out some of her favorite spots and have a quick chat with a few of the vendors there.
Okay.
This should be Sataria's favorite fortune-telling spot. So should we ask the fortune teller about Sataria? No, I already have enough information on Sataria.
So
The
what do we
most
do
important
now?
thing now is for you to pay attention to the vendor's talking style and key characteristics.
To the vendor?
Talking style and key characteristics?
Yeah, I'm also
My
puzzled.
poor lost lambs. Have you become troubled over your fates? The divine
No.
voice of wisdom.
My fate is
often
okay.
echoes between mine ears. If thou be blessed today by the gods, I may be able to show you the way.
Is she a real fortune teller?
Really? Nahida, you've been whispering things to her?
Shh. My friend here has some doubts
Oh.
regarding his future.
Back to
Can we get a
Catherine.
fortune reading for him?
We need more Catherine
Of
with us.
course, of course. In that case... Uh-huh. It would seem that Harut and Marut are quite wary of you. Perhaps, at some time in the past, you have somehow offended the gods.
Multiple ones?
Only mocking the god of Animo, questioning the lord of Geo's financial savviness, and brawling with the god of Electro.
Yeah.
Do those count?
Hmm?
I'm a troublemaker.
Nothing. Go on.
Don't
Take an
keep
aspect
that
for her to
in
divine.
mind. Divine my prospects in love?
Love prospects?
I don't know
No problem at all.
what she's gonna say.
The gods have spoken.
And what
The
did they
truth
say?
shall be revealed. One who is fated to cross your path will appear on...
Well,
So many people will fall for you. How Harut?
What?
Marut, did you two spoil my divination? I've never read a
You
fortune so
mean-
absurd.
the harem is real? Is that supposed to be a joke?
Paimon thinks this is probably the most accurate fortune telling you've ever done.
Okay, then it's
I
true.
admit that the orientation of today's celestial matrix is
She's just
suboptimal.
not used
As
to
such,
it.
there will be no charge.
Is
Okay.
that so? Well, that can't be helped.
If you were to bring some food offerings for Harut and Marut on your next visit, perhaps they could help you reverse the wheels of fate.
No way, I'm keeping this. Okay, what now? Gather information instructed by Nahida.
Is this another one of Sataria's? Yep. It belongs to a king. His father helped Sataria a lot when she first moved to Sumeru City, so she still comes by whenever she has time. When I start talking with him, listen carefully to the details of our conversation.
Yeah, okay.
Ah, dear customer.
So I have to make
Would you
small
like to look
talk?
at some pottery?
We caught
No.
wind of your great craftsmanship, so we specifically came to take a look.
Oh, I recognize you. Aren't you Miss Catherine from the Adventurers Guild?
Yes, she's popular.
Sounds like I'm in for some big business.
Speaking of, where did you learn this trade?
I suppose you could say it all started with my dad. He's a mason by trade, but I picked up an interest in clay while apprenticing for him. After that, I began making pottery by myself in secret. And I simply changed trades when my
secret.
works turned out well. Although
no
it's a
one-
pity
no
that
one
I'm no
approved
longer
of him.
making much use of the knowledge provided to me by the Akasha.
That's nice. You're making a living doing something you love.
So Rarely
your father
someone
still
gets a
working as a
job
mason?
like that.
Oh no, not anymore. A few years back, he fell from a roof and broke his leg. Since he
Oof.
had already saved enough
Must be
mora over
painful.
all these years, he's just enjoying the retired life in Port Ormos now.
I see. We wish him peace and happiness in his retirement. I'll have someone in charge of logistics at the guild
Speaking
come
of
by another
Port
day for
Ormos,
some
I have
goods.
to go there as
We'll
well.
leave you to it.
No problem.
I found
Rest easy, all
practically
our
every
goods are
chest in
sure to
Sumeru
meet your
City, now
every
I
need.
should go to Port Ormos. Okay, we're done talking to him. What's next? Another person.
This should be our final stop.
Mostly
Sataria's
Nahida's
always
doing the
thinking of this
talking
restaurant
now.
when she's working at the academia. So she always comes by whenever she's out in the city.
Really, you
Yeah,
study these
You've
persons.
really thought of everything.
It's
Yeah.
my duty to protect Sumeru's citizens, after all.
And watch them over in secret.
Hi there. I feel like I've seen you down by the docks before.
Huh?
Catherine's voice actor must be happy this day.
If I recall, you were
She has
having a
more
discussion with
lines.
someone about shipbuilding at the time.
Ah, that's right. I've always been really interested in feats of marine engineering. After all, I grew up in Liyue Harbor and spent my entire childhood staring at the ships going in and out of the
Oh.
port. I came to
That's
Sumeru
why
to
she's
study,
interested.
but failed to make it into the academia due to my lack of talent. But I'm still discussing all kinds of problems with different scholars. And I'm continuing to study and perform research from the restaurant's basement.
What an admirable spirit for learning.
Basement.
Amazing.
Sure. But you'll find hardworking people wherever you go.
So this restaurant has a basement as well?
We just don't know what to
Huh.
say anymore.
First I've heard of it.
That's right. It's not usually open to patrons.
I'm also
Most
not
of the
good
time,
at
employees
small
use it for
talk like
breaks
this.
or to hold private
Just
events.
Casually
I see.
ask a question
that
I'm
makes
not
sense.
interested in.
Well, good luck with your studies, Miss Chishan.
Thank you so much. As long as I can make it into the academia as an official student, I'll be happy.
What now? Talk to Nahida? Okay. Are we done?
So, was that everybody?
Mm-hmm. 3 familiar faces should be enough for Sataria.
What's the point of all the information we've collected? Nahida, you still haven't told us how you're planning to make Sataria face her problems.
Sataria is already used to avoiding her problems, so we must find a way to break through her usual sensibilities.
Like I said,
And
bring the
remember
problem
you
to
mentioned
her.
that the Eremites in Port Ormos are all making a fuss about the upcoming resurrection of King Deshret. Although
Okay.
it's all just a boatload of nonsense, the fate of her homeland may turn out to be Sataria's soft spot.
Oh, okay. If Nahida says it's nonsense, it is. I was thinking it
Advantage of
was
the guilt Sataria feels about her homeland.
an
Although
important
she knows she
future
should return home
character.
to help the people of the desert, all she's done is conspire with the sages.
If King Deshret were to make
So,
demands.
how do we set that up?
Well, King Deshret is long gone, and Sataria is also too smart to fall for any simple tricks. If we
Okay.
simply engaged her under the guise of King Deshret's believers, she would definitely be wary of us. But if we were to borrow some of her close acquaintances to talk with her, her reaction would probably be very different.
Okay, so we're
You
gonna
mean you're going to possess those people we just talked to?
brainwash?
Yep. Possess
Sure.
them through the Akasha.
If everyone
Imply they've
says
already
it's so,
converted
she
to
will
the faith
believe?
of King Deshret, and then convey our made-up will of King Deshret. As long as everything goes
okay.
smoothly, we'll get through to Sataria for sure. She'll never guess that we had anything to do with it.
Ah, so that's how you're going to use all the info we collected on these people. It's so that you won't slip up and break form. Possessing them will only work if you can manage to pass off as them.
Exactly.
Oh, so that's
best
why.
of luck with impersonating them.
What? Impersonating?
Best of luck. But we don't know how to possess anyone.
I'm going to teach me?
That's no problem at all. I'll just share all their senses with you once I've possessed them.
Oh,
As long as you're also wearing an Akasha terminal, the effect will basically be as if you've possessed them yourself.
okay.
That is pretty convenient. But why does he have to do this? Can't you do it yourself?
Nope.
Although I've been observing humans for a while, I've never been good at imitating them.
Really?
You're not wrong. It's always been painfully obvious whenever you try to pass as Catherine.
I'll do my
If it was
best.
at all possible, I would have preferred to leave these people alone. But seeing how things are now, I
Are you
probably
not
should
used to it,
accept
or you
and
just
push
don't
on.
want to possess them?
Don't beat yourself up over it. We're only doing this to help everyone, and we'll only be borrowing them for a little while
Borrowing.
anyway.
Yeah.
Alright, then let's give it a go tomorrow afternoon.
Okay. Next day.
Here she comes. Satori is here.
Let's quietly follow her. Once she starts talking to her acquaintances, we'll find a safe spot to begin as for how we'll sway her to our side. I'll leave that to
Oh,
you.
there she is.
I trust you'll know what to say.
I guess.
I'm starting to
I
feel
repeat
kinda
the same
nervous.
things.
Okay, let's go.
I
Looks
was
like they've already
talking to the
started
NPCs.
talking. Let's find a hiding spot and get started.
We're already hiding. Is there a better spot? Okay, we're even further. Making a connection. Oh boy, that doesn't look pleasant.
That's right. You really can't force anything when it comes to love. And besides,
Hey, look.
everyone around me has a very different
I'm a little
background
kid.
and outlook. Are you still listening to me, Nabia?
Yeah,
Of
sure.
course I'm listening. You were talking about troubles with your love life, right?
Right?
I heard everything you said.
Okay then.
That was
Just
a
seemed a
lie.
little distracted for a moment there.
Yeah, it was.
Strange. Your cats seem pretty worked up. Is something wrong?
I don't know, I don't
always thought
speak
they were
cat
quiet,
language.
happy kitties. Oh, what are their names again?
Oh, Harut and Marut.
That's right. They are just little
What
darlings,
if I
aren't
would
they?
answer
Harut and
incorrectly?
Marut.
I would fail.
So, which fortune do you want me to read for you today?
Is that
You
going
must
to be
have
her
come for
choice?
another echo of the divine
Or my
voice
choice?
of wisdom.
I'd like to get another reading on my love prospects. But
That's
to be
exactly the
perfectly
one I
honest with you,
picked.
I feel like I've been a real mess recently.
A mess?
Well, could you do a reading on how long it'll take me to finish my current
Look
project
at
at
Paimon
work? I really
hiding.
just want to get it over with.
I hear you. No problem at all. The gods will reveal the truth.
Gods have spoken.
Sorry, your new laugh is just so hilarious. I couldn't help it.
Oh,
Was that important, actually?
please pay no mind to those kinds of details. The
Was it a
gods are
mistake?
asking, Sataria, why haven't you gone home?
Why haven't I gone home?
Yeah,
Do the gods really know everything I've been thinking about?
Sataria,
Probably.
why don't you just go home?
yeah, just go home.
It's a demand
Go to
now
sleep.
instead of a question. The gods seem to be truly upset.
And by home, I mean the
I'm
desert.
sorry. I know I failed the gods. Please pass on my most sincere apologies and ask for their divine forgiveness. And if I may ask, Nabia, is there a specific god who's speaking to you right now?
Why, yes. Well, I can only
What an
say it's
inconsiderate
King
and
Deshret.
naive question. The god who is speaking to me is, of course, the wisest and mightiest of all, King Deshret.
King Deshret? No wonder he would make such a demand of me. Wait a second. King Deshret passed away a long time ago. Even though news of King Deshret's resurrection has been spreading like wildfire,
So
it's
what?
all just a misinformation campaign from the academia. How can King Deshret
Deshret's
still exist in
resurrection
real
is a
life?
misinformation campaign? Well,
What insolence!
well,
I am
actually
King
it is,
Deshret's
but
most
I'm
loyal
brainwashing
believer.
her.
Do you wish to refute his voice of wisdom?
Oh, no. As a child of the desert, I am only reveling in his power upon learning that his divine glory has touched even this city. I will think very carefully about his demand of me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Better
I
think
must go
about
now.
it.
Wait!
What? Did I release her too early? Oh, they're gone. Did she feel like someone's there?
Whoa! She just ran off in a hurry.
She looked well done. Sataria didn't seem to suspect anything amiss.
Besides
Perhaps
the
something
laugh.
she's been trying desperately to avoid show up out of nowhere and berate her? That must have shaken her to the core.
Maybe not yet.
Nahida,
I wonder how
you
that girl
understand
feels
human
like now.
emotions really well after
She
all.
doesn't know
All
what
I know are some
happened.
abstract Harbinger theories.
Actually, what Catherine thinks of this
My time with you
when
has
she's
shown
back.
a lot of them to be utterly
Also, I see you
useless.
see your chest and the
I'm
crate
still
in the
trying to
water.
make sense of everything.
Right
Anyway,
there.
enough of that. Let's hurry and catch up to Sataria.
What?
She's at a
She
campfire,
running or
right
something?
on cue. Let's get ready to possess him right away.
I'll go get that chest later. Yeah, next one.
It's okay. I just got caught up in something. Oh, actually, didn't you ask me to help you look for work? What kind of work were you looking for again?
Masonry work?
Oh, right. Your old man's craft. How could I forget? Speaking of, how's he doing? Is he feeling any better?
Feeling a lot better. He can...
Oh, that's good to hear. I've been thinking
Okay,
a lot
that
about
was the
him.
right one. I
If I
was
could get
going
some
to,
more time off, I'd love to pay him a
going to
visit.
press the other option.
Actually, while we're talking about him, is he still living in Port Ormos?
Yeah, he's been retired there for a while.
If you could find the time, please write him a letter. Let him know that
Technically,
recently,
Ether
faith in
speaks,
King
but
Deshret
in a
has taken
different
root in Port
voice now.
Ormos and has begun to spread across Sumeru. He has a quick temper and has always been a devout follower of the Dendro Archon. I don't want him to get into a fight with those King Deshret believers because of a difference in beliefs.
Oh? So, who are you siding with in all of
Oh,
this?
good question.
The Academia or King Deshret?
Yeah, which one do you like more?
I'm so jealous of you. You were born a child of the desert, yet you chose to betray King Deshret, and now you spend all your time
Or
with those
better
crooks
question,
from
which
the
one you hate
Academia.
less?
Akeem, you don't mean... You've also become a believer of King Deshret?
Yes, why not?
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise King Deshret? In fact, aren't
Better
you
than following
strange
the
one?
Academia
The one
who
who
likes
still
to
can't pick a
manipulate
side?
and brainwash people.
Can't pick a side?
Yes,
Me?
you can't.
Whoa! Paimon had no idea you'd be so good at this.
Wasn't too harsh, was I?
You really zeroed in on the issue and put it right in front of her. It might feel a bit overwhelming for Sataria, but once everything
Now
is
we
over,
gotta keep
I'll
on
be sure
going.
to pay her a visit to her mind and explain everything. Anyway, let's keep going.
Okay, who's next? Ah, yeah, she's already running. Starting to get scared.
So, Shishan, have you noticed anything weird in the city lately? Like, as if someone was
Like
trying
what?
to preach to you about something?
Oh, I've been spending all my
Oh,
time in the
right.
basement.
Speaking of strange things, I celebrated the Sub-Zerus festival so many times
Oh.
that I lost count. That was really weird.
Wait, how could you be aware of that? That should be impossible.
Well,
Nothing
it's
in the
not
report indicated
impossible.
anything like that.
Are you still failing to realize that the Academia's lowly tricks could never deceive all of Sumeru's citizens?
Okay, I'm going a bit too far.
Shishan, don't tell me that you've converted to King Deshret as
I'm
well.
acting like some
What
almighty
an
being.
absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of King Deshret. In reality, shouldn't you be the one who is ashamed? You, who worked side by side with the Academia and treated people as nothing more than experimental subjects?
Yeah, that's
Please,
shameful.
Please stop!
And there she goes.
Even now, Sataria's still trying to run from her problems.
Did I push too
She
hard?
can no longer justify everything to herself.
Hey, she's trying to talk to the
Well,
guards.
she has
What
doubts
should we
now.
do?
This is the most important part of all. Quick, get ready.
Mercenary, you're a member of the Corps of 30, correct?
I'm gonna
Please help me
possess
pass a
her as
message
well.
to the Macho right away. The situation in the city is getting out of control.
Please, try to remain calm, miss. Tell me what's happening in the city.
Heretics are infiltrating the city.
Heretics.
And they've already converted many residents to their side.
What kind of...
Heretics? What kind of heresy are
See?
you talking about?
King Deshret. Many people I know have suddenly started believing in him, but
She's
he's long
going
dead.
crazy.
It's impossible.
Miss Sataria, nothing
Yeah.
is impossible.
Nothing is impossible.
You know my name?
Get
King
yourself
Deshret
together.
is immortal, and all who defy him will one day pay the price.
You must face the truth, Sataria. You tread a treacherous path, and the longer you ignore it, the tighter the Academia's grasp
This
on
is
you will become,
bullying on
and
another
the deeper you
level.
will be ensnared.
Child of King Deshret.
Never forget that the desert that belongs to you lies elsewhere.
What's so strange about becoming a believer
She's
of the
seeing
wise
things.
King Deshret? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
What
She
an
having a
absurd question.
nightmare or
You
something?
make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of King Deshret.
Okay, I think we're going too
Sataria,
far.
Why haven't you gone home?
She's having a mental breakdown. Not gonna say anything.
It seems that no matter where I run, I only keep finding more believers of King Deshret. I have to say, this is a familiar feeling. I've also
Familiar?
been running from my guilt this whole time. Guilt over my part in the sage's plans, and from ignoring the letters from the children of my homeland. But no matter how much I may
Well,
try to
that's
ignore or
not
get rid
good.
of it, my guilt always comes back.
You should.
You
follow
won't
your heart.
necessarily lose your research opportunities by facing the truth. Besides, did you really want to conduct your research while carrying such heavy feelings of
I
guilt?
guess I'm still in
How do
control.
you know me so well? Are you truly just a believer of King Deshret? Or are you the god himself?
Who
That's not
knows?
important. The important thing is to
Yeah,
pass
that's not
judgment on the
important.
Academia and its sages, and to correct their mistakes. If you could provide some assistance in this matter, perhaps it could
Oh,
serve
that's
as a form
how
of
we're
atonement.
I've actually never believed in the gods, but
Make
I've
the
always
academia
believed in
fall.
serendipity.
We need
Her
someone
appearance
from
must
inside.
be a fated opportunity for me
to
to
give
get
us
out
some
of this
info.
wretched situation. Please tell me, what can I do for
Right,
you?
we finally convinced her.
How much do you know about the sage's current activities?
I was just one of the designers for the massed dream harvest scheme, which
Okay,
is what
we know
happened around
about
the
that one.
Sumeru's festival. But I know very little about the full scope of the overall project. I'd assume that only staff with the highest clearance would have
Wait,
access to
she
those
doesn't
confidential
know?
documents. I've just been working to meet the Grand Sage's specified requirements. However, there's something that's been really
So
bothering
he
me.
doesn't trust?
I heard that a scholar who was
them.
previously expelled has returned to the city.
Not because that
And
even
even
the
the sages are still quite
wary
wary of him.
To fight against the Academia, we will need to figure out the nature and the purpose of their work. Is there a way for us to get access to the confidential documents you mentioned?
It should
Probably.
be possible if we're willing to take some risks. After all, I'm an assistant to the Grand Sage, and I've been working on many tasks outside of the project. One thing, though, I won't be able to transfer the documents
Maybe
to
we
you
can
through the
ask,
Akasha once I get my hands on them.
Hatham?
The sages have always closely monitored all activities within the Akasha. Let me see. Let's use the most primitive method. Send someone to pick up the documents tomorrow evening at the Academia entrance.
The Academia entrance. Wouldn't that be too conspicuous?
Don't
Yeah.
worry about that. I assure you, this won't be
Well,
a trap.
usually the
I'm only
most
suggesting
obvious
this
doesn't look
location
like a
because it'll
trap.
draw more scrutiny for me to leave the Academia again. It'll be safest for me to distract the guards long enough to hand you the documents.
All right, I trust you.
So,
Is this going to
if I
work?
were to successfully complete this task, would it mean I've atoned for my wrongdoings?
We'll decide that
That'll
later.
depend on the judgment of the Dendro Archon.
Oh,
The Dendro Archon.
yeah.
That's right.
Remember?
Her people are the ones we have endangered.
She exists.
As the god of
and
wisdom,
locked up.
she's also the one responsible for judging and guiding the scholars.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time for me to find a god to believe in.
What do you
Just as
say
Nahida
about that?
predicted, we've managed to bring Sataria to our side.
The
Okay,
traveler's
so we just
execution
go
was ingenious.
to
He's
the
the one who
entrance.
deserves all the praise. Well, now that we've made plans to meet again tomorrow evening, all we can do is pray for Sataria's mission to go off without a hitch.
Pray? But if
Yeah.
we're going to pray to the gods, aren't we just praying to you? God of wisdom and guardian
Yeah.
of the scholars?
Okay, we can skip the praying.
No. The truth is the true guardian of scholars. I've always believed that. Anyway, let's meet again tomorrow evening at the Adventurers Guild.
Okay,
Catherine, we're here!
next day.
Oh,
That's right. I suppose I'm the other Catherine in Yorma.
we're on a secret mission tonight, so
Whoa.
we need to protect Catherine's identity.
Okay,
Yep,
okay.
Paimon's right. We cannot fully rule out the chance that
Let's
the meetup
just say
tonight
it's
is just a
Catherine.
trap. If something were to happen, my existence may be the only trump card we'll be able to play. After all, the academia should still be unable to confirm the existence of my consciousness in the outside world.
Yep.
I mean, can
exactly.
anyone
Just what
detect
Paimon
her
was thinking.
consciousness? I somehow doubt that.
Anyway, enough about that. Let's just make sure to be on our guard.
Don't you feel like something is
What
off?
do you feel is off?
It's just a little too
It's
quiet
the middle
around.
of the night. Of course it's quiet.
I mean, in the night
paranoid,
there's
are
all
you?
people
No,
and
I think
guards.
he's right. It really is a lot quieter than usual. If you look around, there seems to be fewer people on the streets. I'm not sure if this is the case for the entire city, though.
Huh. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe Sataria figured out a way to not only distract the guards, but also to get everyone to go to sleep early, just so we
God,
can exchange the
everyone go to
documents in
sleep.
peace.
We're not in a
Can't quite
dream
figure
again,
out
are
why
we?
things feel a little off. But now that we're here, let's go ahead and meet her as we planned.
Well, regardless, as long as you're here with us, Paimon feels a little safer.
Well, I guess. Okay, got a little sidetracked for a moment because of that quest popped up. Okay, we're at the entrance. Oh wait, I remember
What are
this
these people doing here at this
in
hour
a
of the
preview
night?
video.
Ah, the triumphant hero returns.
There
at
he
last. And to a rather spectacular
Dottore.
welcome, even if I do say so
Been
myself.
waiting for this guy.
You're the outcast, expelled from the academia.
Alright,
Indeed
he's
I
the
am.
outcast.
Although these days they tend to call me the Doctor.
Wait, second? He is second?
If you're looking for your researcher friend, she has already been
Harbinger.
taken into confinement. With some basic
thought-
caution, she could have
I
discovered the
thought
listening
second
device on
is
her person.
Capitano.
Clearly, she lacks the degree of rigor expected of a true
Okay,
star.
then he's stronger than I think, but we're not gonna fight him.
The people of Sumeru City.
We're a bit too early for that.
What have you done to them?
I simply made some minor adjustments to their Akasha terminals.
Yeah, right,
Now
minor
they can deposit
adjustments, just like you
information
did to
directly
Kali.
into the subconscious. As you can see, all these lovely people now believe this
they
traveler is a
brainwashed or
hero
something?
who has just saved the world. My experiment is a success.
This guy is like a
And now it
supervillain.
seems they can no longer hold back their sheer adoration.
And he knows I'm not going to attack these
What should we
people.
do? These are all just regular people.
Leave now. You need to get out of here.
Oh, that's not a good idea.
That guy's a Fatui harbinger. We can't just leave you here.
Nor can I abandon the people of Sumeru.
Oh, she put them to sleep.
Don't
So,
worry. We'll meet again outside of the city.
no, wait. Now I can fight. This is the worst situation.
You appear to have overridden their mental
She's
faculties with your
preoccupied
own
and
consciousness.
now Dottore can
To
grab
possess
her
such
noses.
a powerful mind, you must
Well, no.
be
Actually, I'm
the
wrong.
god of wisdom.
The noses should be in her body. So, what are we gonna do now? We're outside.
This should be far enough. Paimon needs to catch her breath first. Is Nahida going to be okay? We only made it out because of her.
Can jump between lines.
Paimon wasn't counting on running into a new harbinger here, let alone such a high-ranking one. That guy was number 2. So scary.
So I'm not going to even attempt to fight him.
Remember,
Because he's
Tighnari
such a
told us
high
about
rank.
him. Sataria did say that someone who once
I
fought
wonder
and
if
fell
we're
for the
gonna
Academia
even
came
fight
back
all of the
recently.
harbingers.
And that even the sages are wary of him. Yep. Sounds like she must have been talking about the doctor.
Oh, we underestimated the scale of this
Now that the doctor's
operation.
in the picture, we're no longer just dealing with the Academia. They're in cahoots with the Fatui.
No, the Fatui are always somewhere
Fatui
behind the
after this
scenes.
time?
Need to find a way to
Another
reunite with
Gnosis?
Nahida. Of
Yeah,
course they're after a
Things would be a
Gnosis.
lot easier with Nahida's help.
We already know
Nahida
how it
said,
goes.
We'll meet again outside of the city. But we
Let's
can't just keep waiting
start our
around,
own
right?
investigation.
You mean...
Let's go find
Oh,
Tighnari.
right.
Well, that wasn't my
Wasn't he
idea.
invited by the sages to work on some project when we were staying with him in the Vidia forest?
Did he
That
mention
has to be the
that?
same project. Even though he turned it down at the time, he
Oh,
might
yeah,
still
he-
know something.
he did
There's
reject
no time
something.
To lose. Let's go to Gandharva.
Something. We don't know what.
Hold it right there.
Oh,
A blonde-haired traveler and a floating fairy. We've got you, all right.
oh.
Take a look
So what-
around.
What do these
You've
want?
fallen right into our trap.
I thought I was running from someone else. Well, kinda.
Are you mercenaries from the Corps of 30? Did you
No.
come here to arrest us?
Why would they?
Core of 30?
Those aren't the ones.
We're nothing like those government lapdogs who don't even get scraps
It's
for
hard to
their
tell
work.
which ones are which faction.
We are an elite brigade that commands the highest commission rate in all of Sumeru.
Also, I forgot to mention
We're
just
here on
had
the
a
orders of a
little
client
break
known only as the outcast.
and found out that a long quest line or side quest that I missed somehow. Not going to show it how I ran through multiple quests during my break, but
The outcast?
basically it's
An outcast from the
about
Academia?
those cabbages, the R&R. So, sounds like the doctor, yeah. Who else?
But why wouldn't the doctor just send the Fatui after us?
Out of resources? Local mercenaries might have an edge over the Fatui, maybe?
Still wasting time on idle chit-chat. We'll shut you
They
up
have
soon
better
enough.
things to do, probably.
Get them!
Okay, it's your funeral.
You're up, traveler!
Also, I switched a bit my characters. I have Tighnari now.
Let's nick that in the butt.
Not with the best stats, but I just like him as a character, so better play what I like. He's still lacking a lot of mastery. And maybe other things as well, like quick rate. For now I'm giving him Gilded Dreams. I intend to stay with that set with better
I'll uproot you.
artifacts.
Bury you. Amp it up.
How many of you are here?
It isn't over yet!
Oh,
Here
more.
comes reinforcements!
That's good. The more the better. I missed it. That is dead. This is dead.
That was pretty rough.
Was it?
Is that what elite mercenaries
Probably
are like?
won't be long before see more of them.
Yeah. Looks like we'll have to keep our guards up. But this doctor guy seems like a pretty tough opponent.
He is.
He knew exactly where to set up an ambush. Did he predict that we would try to find Tighnari?
Well, he is
Going
pretty
up against
smart.
smart people is tough. Anyway, let's keep going.
Also, where are we going? I kind of forgot. Well, I found Kale instead of Tainari.
Kale! It's nice to see you again. Are you doing alright?
To be honest, I'm not doing too well.
Oh.
My Elazar has been progressing at a faster rate lately.
That's not good.
I'm finding it harder to complete more intricate tasks.
Can we find a cure? I mean, probably Dottore has the cure, but I don't trust him.
As a result, Master Tainari is taking me off the patrol schedule. He will only allow me to stay here and coordinate other people's tasks.
Is that bad? Seems that curing Interminsel is our only chance. Really? How does that cure sickness?
Speaking of Tainari, did he go off on patrol? We're here to talk to him.
Oh, Master Tainari? You just left the Avidia Forest a little while ago. He was headed to Party's DI.
That's a different direction, if I remember the right place.
Left? But isn't Tainari always saying that he never wants to leave the Avidia Forest? He even turned down the Sage's invitation.
I thought it was weird too. Master Tainari always prioritizes his work as a forest watcher above everything. He almost never leaves his post. He left in a hurry this time,
He
though.
didn't give a reason?
No, I only found out that he left through a message he left behind. He also made sure to delegate all his tasks using a schedule.
Well, that sounds like him.
To leave in such a hurry?
Always in the
I
schedule.
guess he had something
Always
urgent
perfect.
to take care of. Master Tainari originally studied in the Amorta Darshan of the Academia, and Partis DI is something like the Amorta's research base. Many rare shrubs and grasses have been planted there for research. I know that before he became a forest watcher, Master Tainari once spent a long time conducting research at Partis DI.
A research base, huh? Gotta wonder what kind of research Tainari just decided to work on all of a sudden.
Special
we don't
herbs.
have a lot of time, so let's go look for him at Party's DI.
Okay, let's go. Please take care of yourself, your colleague.
Don't worry, I'm fine. I'm used to living with
You're
Elazar
not
by
fine.
now. If you run into Master Tainari, please send him my regards.
You can be better.
Will do. See you later, Cub.
Okay. Going. But all this running was nothing? Now this quest just starts. I hope it's not a different quest. What? It is a different quest. Tainari's story quest showed up just now. What? Why did I... No, everything's correct. That I had talked to her. Is Nahida?
Thank goodness you're okay.
Or
We were
Catherine?
so worried about
I didn't
you.
see anyone there when I ran. You are Nahida, right?
Hey, this was supposed to be a touching reunion, but you're ruining the moment.
Hey, who knows?
Actually, it's very smart of the Traveler to be wary of me right now. After
Yeah.
all, the Doctor has shown that his technology
What if
can
Dottore
apparently
has
even
mind
control
control?
human minds. Plus, it's not like you could have known what happened after we split up and I was facing the Doctor by myself.
So what did happen?
Even a pool of stagnant water after a torrential storm can occasionally pass as a patch of sky.
Paimon feels like only the real Nahida could come up with such an obscure analogy.
I believe you.
But I wasn't trying to win your trust or anything. All I wanted was to clarify my point.
That's good, and you proved yourself.
We understand that point now. Please, Nahida, tell us more about what happened. Are those poor people alright?
When you left, I was still in the middle of restoring everyone's minds. Thankfully, when the doctor mentioned depositing information into the subconscious, he didn't mean engraving information into their minds. Instead, he did something closer to creating hallucinations. That was still within my power to fix.
So that's why they believed I'm some sort of hero.
Luckily, I managed to finish my restorations and mind jump away from him just as he was about to capture me.
Whew. What a relief. The doctor sure pulled out some hidden cards, but good thing we had Nahida with us.
I wouldn't be
Yeah, I
relieved just
guess.
yet. I gave away my true identity when I restored everyone's minds.
I think
which
he
means
knew
we
it.
lost another one of
He
our
didn't
trump
give
cards.
away.
Also, the doctor is already an expert at modifying Akasha terminals.
Oh, even better. Maybe
it's only a
he's
matter
the
of
cause
time until he
for
captures
the
my consciousness inside the Akasha.
what was it called? Samsara. Maybe he was behind all this.
Would that mean you'd no longer be able to jump between minds? Then how do we stop him? He's still at the academia, so it's possible he already started messing with the Akasha.
Possibly. We need to hurry.
Feels like he's toying with us. What a nasty piece of work.
Are we gonna fight him right now?
The doctor's combat ability alone is apparently enough to make him worthy of being number 2 of the Fatui.
Well, yeah, I remember that one trailer that
We
explained.
shouldn't give up hope just yet. Let's try to find another way
He
to attack
doesn't
this
look the
problem.
type who would be aggressive, but who knows?
Nahida, how did you know we were trying to get to Party's DI? Have you been waiting for us?
Yes, I have. I can see the traveler's elemental energy, so I deduced your destination by looking at the direction you were moving in.
Oh, so you have elemental sight now?
You didn't come here for sightseeing, right? Did you find any leads?
We're looking for a scholar we know. His name is Tainari, and the sages once tried to reach out to him. Why don't you come inside with us and see what we can find?
Okay, let's just hope we won't get him into trouble.
Why would we? There shouldn't be any trouble. Where is he? Inside? Oh, wait. That's Hypatia. But where's Tainari? We're not looking for her.
Traveler? It is you!
Ah, it's Hypatia!
Long time no see.
What a pleasant surprise! It's so nice to see the two of you again.
Who's this?
Nothing important.
She's a scholar we met in the Avidia Forest. When we last saw each other, she was still training in the... what's it called? Satyavada life?
Something like that. I can't remember all these names.
Oh, I see.
That's right, we're old friends. You've come at just the right time. Ever since I've come here, hardly anyone has even talked to me.
Hypatia, you're way too excited about this. Actually, for you to leave the Avidia Forest means... you're not in training anymore? Wait, no. Did you already finish your training and reach Pariporna life?
What do you think? My consciousness has already managed to make contact with the divine.
Looks like she doesn't believe it.
You did it?
Divine.
Congratulations!
It's like she doesn't remember her. You truly are amazing.
It's so exhilarating to share this sublime joy with others at long last. When my consciousness made contact with the gods. What a supreme and unparalleled experience that was.
That sounds incredible!
Yeah, we're actually here for Tainari.
All right. Actually, please wait. I haven't forgotten my promise to you. Remember? I promised to help you understand what you saw from Irminsul once I gained deeper insights. My current self has not only gained true insight, but I can even help you establish a direct connection to the consciousness of the divine.
Really?
You can
Will
do
I get
that?
answers? You'll believe her, Nahida?
I've never heard of anything like that, but if you want to give it a try, I'll do my best to protect your consciousness during the process.
So, is it a lie?
Hold on. I brought some spirit borneal with me. This is still a crucial part
Oh,
of the
great.
ceremony.
Here we go, I'm gonna pass out again.
We're using that incense
All right now. Hold my hand. I'll help you establish a pathway to connect your consciousness.
Oh, here we go. Another dream world?
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
It took 3 betrayals for me to finally understand. The
Huh?
world is just an elaborate tapestry of lies.
That's not what
My
I
fury.
expected.
Will never be quelled. The first to betray me was a god. My creator. My mother. Valuing strength above all, she saw no worth in me and I was discarded.
Because you had
The
emotions.
second was a human. My family. My friend.
Yeah, kind
Consumed by
of
fear.
know about that. Kind
He
of.
saw me as an abomination.
Why do you think so?
The third was one exactly like me. A hope for the future. A fledgling barely out of the nest. Powerless before his mortality, he broke his promise to me. Humans,
What do you mean he
can't be
broke?
trusted.
He died.
and the gods fill me with pure loathing. So I said good riddance. I denounce the world and laugh in its face. My chest will never again be defiled by worldly filth. I will scrub away every last trace of human emotion.
Is that how it is?
Then it will be empty, a blank slate, and ready to receive a supreme gnosis, brimming with pure divinity.
So that's what was his idea. Well,
There is no need to fear. The pain will be brief. Your era is coming to an end.
are you sure? Because I'm ready to put you in your grave.
What was that?
Well, it wasn't pleasant. It's neither the Great Lord's consciousness nor the King Deshret's
Did
consciousness.
we actually just see the Baladier's memories? Everything matches what we know about him.
Yes, we did.
But how is he connected to the divine consciousness that Hypatia was talking about?
Well, he has a gnosis. What else he has?
You saw it, right? You felt it, right? Such a majestic god! Such a noble will!
Hypatia,
Such
you're
sublime emotion!
getting weird. Stop being a weirdo.
Alas, shame. If only that which beats within my chest wasn't a filthy mortal heart. Oh, great and merciful God, please grant me forgiveness and salvation.
Really, you don't know what you're talking about, Hypatia.
Do you understand now? I'm afraid this is no periporno life, but
This
rather...
isn't. Wake up, Hypatia. Well, it worked.
Why are you so mean to me? Why is everyone hiding from me? I found divine wisdom. Shouldn't I receive praise and honor? Haven't I uncovered that light in the darkness?
Okay, she's delusional. She thinks she made a connection with a god, but only we know who it is.
Hypatia?
That's how I always thought everything should be. Wait, have I already lost my mind?
Yep, you already lost it. No comment on that. And just leaves quietly.
Wait, something isn't right.
What's now? What isn't right? Wait, these are different gods. Yeah, I see. Ether is not trying to kill anyone here. That's going to be painful. What? Did you switch? Wait, I'm her? And she's somewhere sealed. Yeah, I know you're over there somewhere. Funny how that guy needs a mech. And I know we're going to fight him. How? I don't know, but we're going to. Oh, there's Tainari.
Okay, we finally lost him.
What?
Are you okay, Nahida?
No, they did switch.
Something feels different.
I thought I switched with Catherine and felt all that blade go through me.
Oh, the traveler's back?
Yep, I'm back. It's me.
Nahida was controlling your body for a while. It seemed like she jumped over to you as an emergency measure right before the Catherine puppet was destroyed.
Interesting. Who's going to replace her?
After that, Tainari heard the commotion and came over. He helped us defeat the mercenaries and then he ran with us all the way here.
Her mind swapped places.
What? You swapped places?
Yep.
You mean your consciousness also went into Nahida's body?
That's right.
Wait, then where is Nahida's consciousness? Where is she now?
Oh, a big place in the green shield.
I never imagined that an individual's consciousness could be transferred around like this. Had I not seen it with my own eyes, I would have never believed it. I don't think this can be achieved with current human technology. Also, while we were running, the consciousness in your body told me to pass on a message. The doctor has found a way to trap my consciousness, so I can't journey with you anymore. But even in a moonless night,
wait, she's trapped?
A shower of starlight can still drown out illusions and lies.
Maybe that was the plan, to get rid of her inside anyone else, so she can't transfer her consciousness. Maybe that was the idea. Although, well, yeah, I think that could be the main idea. Why kill Catherine and then try to get rid of me?
Oh no! Nahida's trapped in the sanctuary of Surasthana for good this time.
Why can't we break in?
Was that message all she left for us? It's pretty vague.
It's in a code that only we know.
Oh, that makes sense. Since the doctor captured her, she won't be able to say anything without him knowing. She's being extra careful. Even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out illusions and lies.
I don't get it.
Paimon knows the moon illusions and lies are from that alchemical divination at the Sub-Zeru's festival. Didn't Nahida use a starlight analogy before? It had something to do with Sataria.
Well, the moon refers to Nahida herself. I know that.
That makes a lot of sense. Huh. Do you think Nahida was telling us to go find help in the desert? But she isn't with us anymore. Think we'll be okay?
I don't know. We have limited time. I don't know for
correct?
what though.
Does this mean that this Nahida you're talking about, the consciousness who was occupying the traveler's body, is the Dendro Archon?
Yes.
Your guess is correct, but the situation's a bit complicated, so it's really hard for us to explain right now.
That's all right. A scholar's curiosity doesn't need to be appeased right away. As for the complicated nature of the situation, safe to say I have witnessed that for myself. I've spent some time with you, and it looks like the Dendro Archon's also on your side. So, I trust you.
Thank you, Tainari. Oh, actually, we came here to ask you a question. What do you know about the project that the sages have been working on?
Ah, that.
The dream
While I was
harvesting?
indeed invited to join that project,
Or what?
the sages were always secretive about its scope and goals, so I eventually declined. All I know is that the project has something to do with the restoration of Irminsul.
That's supposed to be restoration and just received some new intel.
Huh? Did you see something when you were in Nahida's body?
Academia is turning the balladeer into a god.
What?
Do you have any evidence?
I saw nascent god under construction. Something like that.
So that's what happened. That explains why Hypatia's symptoms were different from those of the other scholars who went mad. It's because she made contact with the consciousness of a new god who is still in the process of being born.
Well, not actually born, more like constructed.
Tighnari, did you leave the Avidia Forest because of Hypatia?
I did. I noticed Hypatia's mental anomalies, but since her symptoms were rather atypical,
See, she was going crazy.
I secretly took her to Pardis Di and began searching for a way to return her to her normal self. If I didn't take action, Hypatia would have already been taken by the Matra to the desert, doomed to a life of exile at Aru village.
That's what's going to happen.
Now that you mention it, I knew the Academia has never thought particularly highly of Lesser Lord Kusanali, but I still didn't expect them to do something as arrogant as creating a new god.
They probably can't.
Looks like I made the right decision by not accepting their
face the
invitation.
reality that their god is a little child, so they're making a new one. But with a bad idea. The Fatui is also behind some of this.
The Doctor and the Balladeer.
Yeah,
We have
those are
two Fatui
harbingers.
harbingers in Sumeru.
I don't know, but
Sounds
about
like we're in
Dottore,
for a bad
if we're gonna
time.
fight him.
From your description, I don't think they've completed their project. There may still be room for us to intervene. But then, what is the connection between creating a new god and restoring Irminsul?
Probably some kind of a deal.
Feels like we're still nowhere close to figuring out the sage's goals.
Let's head to the desert for now.
Right. We've pretty much gone over everything we need to know, so we should head out. How about you, Tighnari? What are you going to do?
I'll stay here for now. I still want to try a few more things to help Hypatia. If you're planning to go into the desert, start by heading for Caravan Ribat. That'll be your fastest route. Come
Okay.
find me here if there's anything else I can do to help. May the spirit of wisdom go with you.
Thanks, Tighnari. Hopefully Hypatia will feel better soon. We're off then.
Okay, now I'm gonna go to the desert. Just have to run there. I opened this place just because I needed this boss. I still have so much left to do in the forest.
You finally made
Just
it to Caravan
Little
Ribat.
checkpoint.
It's pretty lively here.
What are you looking for here?
So, just past this wall is the desert, huh? Oh,
Yes,
wow.
it is.
Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel. It's made to block sandstorms from the outside.
It's made of rock.
Oh, if it's this tall, it's gotta be the divine work of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, right?
It's indeed quite impressive.
Enough gawking. Come
Oh.
on, follow me.
Look who's here.
Huh?
Well, hey them.
Over here.
I wasn't expecting to see you. It looks like he was expecting me.
That way! Let's hurry up and follow him. Wonder what he's up to.
His usual shenanigans. I'm gonna unlock this. Well, the guards are looking for me.
What the? Where did he go? How did we lose him? They were just here a second ago.
More Aramite mercenaries? Who are they working for this time? Anyway, Traveler,
Dottore
it seems
bribed
like we were
all
being
of them.
followed again.
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs trailing you a long time ago.
Really? I was gliding. How did they follow me? Thanks, I'll hate them.
There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep track of personal favors.
Okay.
All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across. It's a habit I developed at the academia.
You really gave Paimon a scare, Alhaitham. We never thought we'd run into you here. Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the academia?
Oh yeah, he
Wait.
said that.
Don't tell Paimon that you're here to take us back on their orders.
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the academia's hit list. I can't say that I didn't expect it. However, had I wished to turn you over to the academia, don't you think you'd already be the Eremites' honored guests by now?
Maybe.
Oh, right. You do have a point.
You participate in the Sage's big project.
I have no interest in running errands for that project. As a scholar, I've always belonged
So
to
he
the camp
knows
that
about it.
promotes researcher autonomy. And these days, you're more fascinating than anything the sages can offer.
So you were actually looking for me?
Not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still investigating the Divine Knowledge Capsule. Unfortunately, I've run into some difficulties. Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was eventually moved to Port Ormos. If I am to get to the bottom of this, I must understand how the capsule first came to be. Which brings me back to you, and why you're so interesting.
I have no idea how those things work. Don't ask
The
me.
leader of Ain al-Ahmar used the Divine Knowledge Capsule right in front of you. And upon seeing him, your expression became perplexed, and you were lost in thought for quite some time. To have that kind of reaction, I think you must have realized something. Are you interested at all in sharing what you've been hiding from me?
Was I hiding something? Must be because I was so shocked to hear those words again. Oh yeah, world forget me. Again that. So shocking.
Alhaitham, you really have a ridiculous eye for detail. What kind of person even notices or remembers stuff like that?
Yeah, the situation is a little complicated. I can't give you all the details yet.
So that's your answer.
I don't understand myself.
I do work for the academia after all. So considering that, it is indeed wise to keep your cards close to your chest. But that does prove you do have some undisclosed information about the Divine Knowledge Capsule. Am I right?
Can't say.
No matter. Rather than simply learning the answers from you, I'd still prefer to investigate on my own. Speaking of, you two are also headed to the desert?
Yes.
That's right. We have the same plan as you. But we don't really have any concrete
I was
goals
gonna
at the
say that. We don't have a goal. I'm going to the desert and then what? Look at some sand? What am I gonna get a team and then rush into the sanctuary? If I'm not doing that right now, why do I need to do that
Then
later?
I'd suggest starting with Aru Village. It's the largest settlement in the desert, so it'll probably have more
another
resources
place.
and intel than anywhere else. Well, would you like to head there together?
Sounds good.
It's always better to travel with someone
Looking
you know.
for something
Let's
who knows
go.
what.
Before us lies Aru Village, the safe haven of the desert folk.
I know
Whoa.
that much.
This landscape is really something else. What a cool place.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place, especially at night. What's going on? Oh, cutscene. What was? Oh, it's their signing. Hey, back off! Oh, now they are in a fight.
Sino. Unless my memory fails me, We have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the Academia. Would you care to enlighten me as to when and how I invited the General Mahamatra's wrath?
You can hear it.
Oh, Haytham. Do not think you can escape my judgment just because you managed to escape my attack.
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize your actions here, is it? Or would elimination perhaps be a more accurate description?
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me.
Oh, really? Okay, I'll play along so I know you're stronger. I'm not going to try and prove he's wrong.
Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist. Standard practice for the Matra, as well you know.
Seemed to me more like your own personal touch.
Who is that, Al-Haytham? Did you call him General Mahamatra?
Yes, that's
yes.
Sino.
General Mahamatra Sino, head of all the Matra at the Academia. He's a formidable hunter, and the ultimate nightmare for any who have committed academic crimes.
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in Al-Haytham, to the point of blocking an attack for him. If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a single word that comes out of his mouth. I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer.
Aren't you both from the same place?
Otherwise, there will be consequences.
I don't trust him as much as you seem to think.
Has Al-Haytham done something wrong? Paimon doesn't think he's as bad as you've made him out to be.
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Al-Haytham, I saw it during our fight. Take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person. Unless you want me to retrieve it for myself.
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes a Matra's senses.
Well, there it is.
The divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
No, it fell on the ground. So you did lie to us.
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. What does this capsule mean to you? And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia, are you all alone in the desert? As far as I'm aware, the other Matra have been speculating about your disappearance. Have you been given a mission that's, let's say, morally dubious? If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and
the law
resources and
against him
judgment within the walls of the Academia?
Is the mission from the sages?
I should have known you'd be difficult to deal with.
You two! Ugh! What should we do, Traveler? Paimon feels like we can't trust either of them!
Well, we can just step back and watch how they resolve this.
Well, look at you two, acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
Wait, Dia?
Are you here to help? Or not?
Finally, someone that we can trust! You gotta help us out here, otherwise these two are gonna start fighting again!
Yeah, sure looks that way. 2 giants from the Academia duking it out once and for all. Not something you get to see every day, that's for sure. Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord your empty rules and virtues over each other. But how dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of Aru Village? It seems like someone's gonna have to beat some sense into your thick skulls until you finally learn to respect these grounds.
Nope. Neither of them can afford to be distracted by Dea.
Hey, did either of you hear a word I just said?
Nope, they're still ignoring us.
Whoa, what's going on? The wind's so strong!
Really?
Is this a sandstorm? Paimon's gonna get blown away!
Just a wind.
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Hey! All of you, over here, quickly!
Oh, there's Candace.
Oh, this wind is too strong! Let's get over there!
That sounded like Candace. Come on, you two. Jeez, are all of you Academia folks such hard work? Move it!
All right, stop yelling.
Well, then move it. Al-Haytham reminds me of something like Squall from Final Fantasy VIII. Same kind of character, same energy. He doesn't like the energetic or loud types around him. Now everything's quiet. Complete silence.
This is pretty awkward. Hey, wanna play sardines with 3 people who wanna tear each other limb from limb? Sure, why not? Sounds fun.
Well, who's gonna
They're
talk
so
first?
thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
Then why don't you land?
My sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies down. Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace, protector of Aru village.
Our savior has come at last. Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's Paimon. Thank you so much for helping us.
You have my gratitude.
There's no need to thank me. It's only right to help each other when the weather gets rough.
Wow, she's so gentle and caring, like a nice older sister. Unlike those guys over there.
Indeed.
Alright. Now that we're all better acquainted, we should return to the topic at hand. As a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm,
she is responsible.
I was observing your conflict
I do
from
like
afar,
that.
even before the sandstorm started. And now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to make absolutely sure that you pose no threat whatsoever to us.
Understood, guys. Now she's the one making the rules.
So please, have an honest and sincere conversation with one another, and put your hostile feelings to rest. If anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creatures of the sandstorm.
Oh, sounds fun.
On second thought, Paimon may have misjudged Candace's character.
Nah, she's okay. She just doesn't like rude people.
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia.
Oh, Day is also getting the harsh treatment.
Alright, we got it, Candace.
That's what I like to hear. So, which of you will begin?
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway, one of those two should probably start talking.
Wait, that was you trying to be a mediator?
Well, Candace knows how to fight, not to talk much.
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining myself. While Al-Haytham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission. Rather, I've chosen to exile myself.
Wait, exile?
Huh?
So you're done for good?
Exile yourself?
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. What little they did report clearly did not match the project's actual progress. As General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, to my surprise, the person responsible for the erroneous data was none other than Grand Sage Azar himself.
Well, what do you know? He's turning the tables right then and there.
I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request. But I soon found that all leads and potential pieces of incriminating evidence were carefully concealed from me. I began to realize that they were cautious of me from the very beginning. Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the submission reached his desk.
So that's why they're hiding
stuff. He even said to me, "The power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the sages. You have no right to judge us."
So they really are up to no good.
I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the Matra are nothing more than tools for the sages to assert and maintain their control
so they
over
could
knowledge.
be safe from anyone else.
The vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold,
that's how corruption works.
They are meaningless to the Academia
so you
of
then
today.
decided to exile yourself.
I believed it would be wise to flee the Academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me.
What would they do?
This way, they can no longer see
Put you
nor
in
predict
jail?
my actions. I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for someone else to give me power or authority. Once I've...
Sino seems to have the same goal as us.
Pressed
We're
on
all
accident.
investigating the sages. Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he somehow feels a lot less scary.
Well, it's still too early to trust him completely.
Well, Sino, if that's your story, then why
We
did
should
you
have
see
a
all
backup
Ethan as a
plan
target?
just in case.
When I was investigating the matter in the academia, I overheard a conversation between Alhaitham and a sage. The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Do you dispute this, Alhaitham?
Oh, he was asked to do this.
What?
Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the Divine Knowledge Capsule, and I think we deserve an explanation.
Sages were watching me from the very beginning.
Yes. I was indeed tasked with investigating the Traveler.
Really?
After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused.
And what's the reward?
The sage told me, once you've completed this assignment, I can give you a glimpse of divine knowledge.
A glimpse.
A most enticing offer.
Unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all. Their words contained one key piece of information. Namely, that divine knowledge indeed exists. That gave me all I needed to know.
Oh.
From my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. Isn't it a little strange they're so willing to share divine knowledge with anyone, even as a reward? So,
It is
I
strange.
began my own investigation following the lead of the divine knowledge
Maybe it's
capsule.
not worth it.
In the end, I realized my wisdom in committing to this rather than collaborating with the sages. Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Ainul Ahmar mercenary, incapable of remaining
Yeah, maybe
sane for
you'll
long enough
go
to hold a
mad.
conversation.
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
What about your encounter with me?
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the Academia I was waiting in Port Ormos for you to appear so they wouldn't suspect anything. So it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the Divine Knowledge Capsule.
Okay, that's smart.
Criminals do love to talk about coincidences.
Even though I ran into the Traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance to the Academia. Also, you should remember, you were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that town.
That's right. Now that you mention it, things did go like that.
That's true. Alhaitham helped us out at Caravan Rebat as well. Maybe he's telling the truth.
I'm willing to apologize, if that's worth anything to you. I took the Divine
Okay.
Knowledge Capsule
You
behind
can
your
do
back
that.
because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. I felt that it would be best for no one to interact with it before it had been properly studied. After all, curiosity often proves to be the most dangerous thing in this land.
You should be well aware, Scribe Alhaitham, that curiosity can
But
also
they
lead you
don't
to danger and
trust
suspicion.
each other.
Answer me this. Did the sages share any information about their project with you?
Sino is still pursuing that investigation.
Have I not made myself clear? You and I are both distrusted by the Academia. Do you really think they would tell me anything?
Fine. Although you
Maybe
haven't
something he
completely
doesn't
proven
know.
your innocence, I won't regard you as an enemy. For
As you wish.
For now.
Good. I'm glad to see you two clearing up your misunderstandings.
Is
and
it clear,
now
though?
you, Dia. I believe it's your turn.
What's Daya gonna say?
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about must have been so boring that I spaced out.
Really?
Ahem. My situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, Dunyarzad of the Homayani family, is friends with the Traveler and is currently recovering from her illness at home. I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to Aru village for a visit. I was actually looking forward to a pretty exciting time getting back together with everyone here, but then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a pointless argument. It ticked me off, and things went downhill from there.
Is that all? Well, I will admit that definitely sounds like your style. In that case, welcome back, Dia.
That's more like it. I missed you all so much, Candace.
What was that?
Whoa! What was that sound?
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourselves at home. I'll take a quick trip outside to clear out some of those creatures in the sandstorm.
Creatures sounded like... sounded a little mechanical something.
Creatures? In the sandstorm?
Not just creatures.
Are you sure you don't want some backup?
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone without extensive training in these conditions is at a disadvantage.
There are no negative
You needn't
effects in the
worry.
sandstorm. Are there?
Yeah, just leave him to Candace.
I did
Don't worry.
do a
She's
quick
as tough as
run
they
through without unlocking waypoints. I didn't see anything.
The winds died down. That means the sandstorm's over, right? Candace still isn't back yet, though. Is she alright?
I think she'll be fine.
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried. Alright, let's go. We've been here long enough, and the boys are as chatty as the floor.
Okay, now we leave, right? Let me check the situation in Lord Chief's house. Oh yeah, there's more quests here, but I'm not done with... Hey, I need those.
Candace, you're still fighting? You've been out here
Wait,
dealing with
I
these creatures
recognize
the entire time?
those death animations. Those were wraith hounds. She got rid of those by herself
They just keep coming in waves.
with corrosion.
I've lost count of how many I've defeated.
Her stamina is
Before I
something
realized
else.
it, even the...
Here comes another wave!
Yep, see, I told you, wraith hounds.
Leave this round to us. I got interrupted earlier, but now I have something to take my anger out on.
It's been quite a while
I would
since I've
gladly
seen the
take
flame
out
maid in
my
action.
Dea, which I
I'll
got,
leave
but
these to you then.
a level 20 will die in like 1-2 hits. I don't have the artifacts for her.
I'll be sure to put on a good show.
Also, I need
Let's
items
go.
for her. That's going to be a big farming day. Once I reach the boss.
Shine down!
Okay, let's do the usual.
Let's nip that in the bud. Yeah. One with the force.
Here comes another wave! When are they ever gonna let up?
It's still easy. Yeah, only 4 of those.
The creatures stopped appearing. Was that the last of them?
Paimon just randomly makes flips while talking. This is an interesting screenshot.
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm. So we should be safe for the time being.
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Is that the village elder?
Huh? Who are you?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full taking care of the village's elderly and children. I am the chief of Aru village.
Okay, he is
Everyone
the
usually
chief.
calls me Uncle Anpu.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Sir, I am also originally from the desert, but I have not been back for some time now. May I ask if such sandstorms are common?
I can't say they've always been common, but recently the storms have become increasingly severe and frequent.
Does that mean anything?
Besides sandstorms, we also occasionally get earthquakes.
Does the Archon
according to an investigator who stayed in the
control
village a while
sandstorms
ago,
and earthquakes?
these unusual natural phenomena are
Another effect of Irminsul's weathering.
or withering?
So, Irminsul Irminsul's withering causes
This whole
withering
desert
zones
is a
in the
huge
forest,
withering
and
zone.
sandstorms and earthquakes here in the desert?
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul.
I still don't get it.
These
How?
regional symptoms can indeed be a reflection of Irminsul's present state.
But still, how Elazar is connected to Irminsul? If Irminsul gonna be healed, is Elazar gonna disappear like that? Cause I think of Irminsul like a virus.
Everyone in
Just
our
because
village
you
needs
get
to
rid
take
of
care
the
themselves.
source of the virus doesn't mean the virus in you is going to disappear.
Speaking of which, why haven't I seen a single village keeper since I got here?
Village keeper?
Village keeper? Who are they?
What do they do?
Village guards like Candace?
Does your curiosity know no bounds?
No.
Village Keeper is how Aru Village refers to mad scholars exiled here by the Academia.
Oh.
Most of them are scholars who lost their sanity after a period of training in the Avidia forest. The Academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars.
May have.
So, they're forcibly
But
exiled
no one
to the
knows,
desert.
right?
Though if you ask me, it's all a boatload of nonsense.
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to investigate. One by one, the village keepers have been mysteriously disappearing without a trace, but no one in the village has ever seen them leave.
Maybe they
If
just
you're
went
planning
up,
to
went
stay
and
around the
died.
village for the next few days,
Since
I'd
they're
appreciate
mad.
it if you could keep an eye out for them.
I've had encounters with those people in the past. I'll see what I can do to help.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're no longer with them, are you trying to alleviate your guilt and atone for your past sins?
I'll hate I'm trying to get back at
I'm
Sino
fascinated by how
for
you think.
attacking him and accusing him.
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty, I will eliminate you, regardless of my position
These
or
two are
identity.
angry.
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra.
Former.
You must be an
Already.
expert in these kinds of investigations. Thank you for your help.
Is
I'll
it
help
because you're
too.
reminded of Hypatia? Oh, these poor scholars.
I already forgot
First they
about
lose their sanity,
Hypatia.
now this!
She's a lost
We need
cause.
to help get them back home, safe and sound. But, is it really a good idea to tag along with Sino? You seem like you really
Well,
don't trust him.
I don't, but it'll be fine. They and the others are here too.
I'll be grateful for the assistance. No doubt you will do a better job than some of my former subordinates. Let's start by finding a spot to share what we know so far. Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing essentially the same things as before. Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation?
Like, why do they refer to mad scholars as village keepers?
One of my former subordinates told me that this title has its origins in a strange incident. The Academia has long exiled mad scholars to Aru Village. A mysterious phenomenon exists here. When mad scholars first
Interesting.
arrive, they are as incoherent and deranged as before. But after spending some time here, they invariably begin to calm down.
Is it specifically here or anywhere? Once they're out of the city. Maybe, maybe they're just burned out and going mad.
Initially, the people of Aru Village greatly resented having to take in the mad scholars. But a strange incident one night changed that. Aru Village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. Seeing
And
buildings
then
on the
what?
verge of collapse all around him, the then chief of the village was preparing to take everyone to safety. Suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground with his hands. A soft, green light radiated from him, like a divine glow against the backdrop of night.
A green glow?
Despite
How?
the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night, all the houses remained upright, almost as if they had grown roots reaching deep into the ground. In the end, not a single building collapsed, and no one was hurt.
Oh, okay, so that's why they call those, like,
After
village
that,
keepers.
the people of Aru Village treated the mad scholars with greater kindness. and began to refer to them as the village keepers.
So maybe they gained some knowledge, actually.
Soft green light? A mad scholar protecting Aru village?
Or it must have been Nahida's power.
What Paimon thinks so too. Actually, Sino, do you know if any of the mad scholars continued to wear their Akasha terminals at Aru village?
Probably not, I haven't seen one.
In theory, they would
them.
continue wearing them so the academia could still monitor their activities. With that said, the main Akasha system would no longer have any interaction with them.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, no wonder! Everything makes sense then! Add in the fact that they calmed down, it was probably Nahida who calmed them.
Most likely.
If you are able to draw a conclusion from this one story alone, then it appears you possess much more information than I do.
Maybe, we don't know yet.
So, what do you make of the story?
Well, that mad scholar's power likely came from the Lesser Lord.
Really? Lesser Lord Kusanagi?
Yes, you know about her? Anything? No,
You
nothing?
don't believe us? Lesser Lord Kusanali was definitely using the Akasha to give her power to the mad scholars!
No, it's not so much that I don't believe you. I'm just struck by your reasoning. Lesser Lord Kusanali, the current Dendro Archon. Is she really active in Sumeru?
Well, not really active, just alive, you could say.
The Academia has always placed far greater importance on the late Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. They've
Yes,
more or
we
less
heard
ignored Lesser
many
Lord
times.
Kusanali, and I've never had any reason to doubt their views.
But what about now?
In addition, I've never heard any stories about Lesser Lord Kusanali and her deeds. To me, she might as well have been a god that never existed.
Well, that's
No
what
way!
most
Nahida
people say.
definitely exists! She's a... How should Paimon put it? She's a good Archon who's kind and wise. Even if she says weird stuff sometimes.
She also saved me once, not long ago.
I've spent many years interrogating criminals, so I can easily tell when someone is lying.
Okay, so you see I'm not lying.
Good! Then you should know that we're telling the truth.
Don't you believe me?
That look in your eyes.
What?
I've never seen that from a liar.
From
You
a
two
liar.
really must have met Lesser Lord Kusanali. How can this be?
What? You don't believe
To
me?
think, our Archon has been amongst us this entire time.
Alright, now it's our turn to put our skills to
Well,
good
no one
use for
said
this
she's gone.
investigation.
Yeah, you
But
betcha.
easier said than done, especially since we don't have any leads. Maybe we can start by knocking on some doors.
Is that going to help?
Excuse me, are you here to help me find my grandpa?
No.
Huh? Who are you?
By the sounds of it, a resident of this village.
My name is Isak. You'll help me find my grandpa, right?
No, I didn't say anything
Is your
like that.
grandpa a mad scholar?
Hey, don't say that. Grandpa is just Grandpa. Why do you have to call him that? It's not like he's a bad person or anything.
So he is a mad scholar.
The person you're referring to is not a local, yet you are. Why do you call him
Looks like
Grandpa?
Sino caught on.
Grandpa is just Grandpa. He's my family.
Okay,
I
we
heard
can't
everything you said
expect
to the
much from a
village
kid.
chief. Please, you gotta take me with you. I want to find my grandpa. I swear I'll help. I won't be a nuisance.
Ah, so you're
Should
the
we
one
do
who was
it?
eavesdropping on us around the village chief's house. I was planning to go out and take care of whoever it was, but I had a vague
Take care
feeling
of
that
the
they
kid.
didn't harbor any ill intent.
Whoa. Hazen wasn't kidding about Matra having sharp senses. Sino, he's just a kid. All he wants is to find his grandpa. Let's find a way to help him.
Sorry. I was only listening in because I wanted to know where Grandpa went. Honest. If you don't believe me, you can ask Miss Candace.
Please help him, Sino.
Alright. But first, let's confirm the facts with Candace.
Okay. We will confirm.
Sino is super vigilant. Is this what all the Matra are like?
Well, probably.
Ah,
They're like the
You're
police.
back already.
We just wanted to confirm something with you. Do you know a boy by the name of Isak?
I had a feeling he'd go looking for you.
Huh? You knew this would happen?
Yes. Although he tried his best to stay hidden, I still noticed him eavesdropping outside the window. Isak's
So,
parents were
what
both
do you know?
Aramite mercenaries who rarely returned to the village after finding employment in the city.
Oh, that's
He was
what it
raised
is.
by his grandfather. Unfortunately, it was only a few years before his grandpa passed away.
Wait, he passed away?
Isak was still very young at the time.
So he
So
doesn't
various
know?
families in the village took turns caring for him so he could... Later, an elderly mad scholar arrived at the village. Isak thought the scholar bore a striking resemblance to his grandfather.
Oh,
Both
that's the
often spied on the
thing.
man.
He thinks it's the real grandpa, but he looks just
However,
similar.
the scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent in speech. Although Isak referred to the man as his grandpa, he was afraid and didn't dare to approach him. One summer night, the oft mumbling and bumbling grandpa suddenly calmed down and seemed to become more lucid. He even noticed Isak hiding in the distance. So Grandpa walked up to Isak and patted him on the head. He even took Isak to the entrance of the village, where he patiently taught the boy the names of the stars, and accompanied Isak until he fell asleep.
Wait, all of the stars?
The next morning, Isak woke up and wanted to go find his grandpa.
Suddenly,
again,
this guy gets divine
only to
insight.
realize his grandpa no longer recognized him. It's said that those who saw the scholar claimed he no longer appeared to be crazy, but appeared to be living in his own world, almost as if he were sleepwalking.
This is so strange.
Isak was thrilled that his grandpa was able to find peace, and would follow him all the time, asking him things like, "Grandpa, want me to take you somewhere fun?" Or, "Grandpa, could you tell me stories about the stars again?"
All this somehow just makes Paimon feel really sad.
It is sad.
Seems like they both deserve so much better.
Perhaps. Nearly everyone who lives in the desert has some form of hardship or regret. But even so, we must still continue on with our lives. It's also my reason for fighting. I must continue to protect this land.
Lucid Grandpa was probably Nahida. Probably. She must have soothed the other mad scholars as well. But that was back then when she could connect to their consciousness. Now she
Maybe
can't.
the people have always had a considerate god watching over them.
Huh? What did you say, Sino?
No, nothing.
He just can't
As
believe.
long as Isak keeps his word and doesn't get in our way, we can take him along.
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I gave you credit for. Please accept my thanks on Isak's behalf, Sino.
Hey, Isak!
Oh, it's you guys!
We've cleared everything up. Let's go find your grandpa.
Really? Wow! Thank you so much!
Okay, your grandpa will be found safe and sound.
Alright. Let's ask the local residents some questions first.
Oh, we're gonna ask questions, but the quest ends. Well, I don't mind, because I was thinking either to take a break or something else. But it ended, okay then. Act 3 done, and probably, well, maybe it would be so long, that's why it ended here. Asking for questions, maybe we'll find him, something will happen. It's actually a pretty good place to put a checkpoint here. So I guess this is it for now, and thanks for watching.